Curiosity is greater than happiness. Do you agree? You see, I used to chase happiness. I thought that's what we were after, right? I mean, why else are we living this life? Why are we working so hard? What are we doing here? And so I used to chase happiness until I realized that happiness, it's fleeting. It's like chasing a moving target. It changes. When you achieve where you thought was going to be happy, well, the goalpost just moves. Whereas curiosity, that's sustainable. That is lasting, and that is the best thing for your health. I remember I was once at a restaurant. I was at the Cheesecake Factory with my son, and we were waiting for the rest of the family to arrive. And so we're just chatting there waiting. And he asked me, Mom, are you happy? Yeah, 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 of course. Yeah, I'm happy. He goes, when were you the happiest? I said, oh, that's easy. When you guys were little and we would walk to the park and we would go to the zoo or we would do different things. Oh, I was so happy. Are you happy now? He asked. I'm like, yeah, 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 yeah. What makes you happy? I'm like, oh my gosh, why is he asking all these happy questions? Um, you know, yeah, I'm totally happy. I'm happy when I'm with you guys. Yeah, that's it. But that question really sat with me like, why was it so hard to answer? I didn't realize that at that time I actually had cancer in my body because cancer is there well before you get diagnosed. I didn't realize that I had cancer in my body. I didn't realize that the overwhelm and the stress of life, the going, the trying to make everything perfect was actually making me sick. I had everything to be happy about. I had a great marriage, I had a home, I had my children, I had a business, everything. I had every reason to be happy. So, what was going on? I call this the happiness trap. The trap that every day you have to be happy. It's like planning a vacation. You have all these expectations of what this vacation is going to look like, but you don't anticipate delayed flights, problems, your rental car got canceled, or they didn't give you a good car, or there's traffic on your vacation, or your hotel arrangements are, or worse yet, you get in an argument with your husband, or your kids are grumpy on vacation. Why are they grumpy on vacation? I don't know. But the expectations of chasing this thing we call happiness is so stressful sometimes. It leaves people disappointed or frustrated. It leaves people stagnant because, hey, everything's fine and we're just going about life. And so they're stagnant. They're missing some of that joy and that excitement about life because they've achieved it, right? And for some, it leaves them numb. And for some, it leaves them sick. And they don't even realize why they're sick. You see, happiness is an emotion and it comes from certain chemicals. One of them is dopamine, one of them is serotonin, oxytocin. So, all of these chemicals. Now, serotonin is an interesting one. That's your happy hormone, and it is created in the gut. So, if you don't have a healthy gut, then there's a probability that you're not making enough serotonin. So, you don't even have the chemicals on board that are required to help you feel happy. I didn't realize that either. I was clear that I had a gut problem. I was clear that I had a digestive problem. But I didn't realize that played such a big part in my ability to feel happy. So, what's the science behind curiosity? Why is that a big deal? Curiosity stimulates and opens up a part of your brain that is the reward center. And it allows for more neural pathways to be generated because of what you're curious about creates new pathways in your brain. So it keeps your brain young and vibrant and more alive. Also, curiosity opens up more possibilities, so it brings more joy and excitement and just more of a pleasant, fulfilling, meaningful life. The other thing that curiosity does is it takes you from a stress state, a fight or flight stressed state that the body does not like. It's not a healthy state to be in. And it drops you into a parasympathetic healing state, which what we call here on Spa Life TV is a spa life mindset. You want to live as much as possible in that spa life mindset. That's important because it lowers inflammation, it allows you to digest, it's better for your hormones, it's better for your brain, it's better for everything when you're in that parasympathetic healing state. Curiosity, just by default, drops you into that state. Isn't that cool? You could think of curiosity as a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle of every single day you eat the same lunch. Let's say you go to the same restaurant, you eat the same lunch. Well, what if one day you say, I should try something else? I wonder what else I would like. Boom, you just dropped yourself out of the stress state into the parasympathetic state. Isn't that so simple? Maybe you want to try a new health modality. Maybe you want to try a new fitness class or a new routine or a new way to go to drive to work. Changing things up, wondering what it would be like if you did this other thing. If you walked this different path, let's say you walk every day, but you walked a different path, allowing yourself to be curious about what it would be like if you did this other thing, allowing yourself to wonder. And if you can go outside and look into the distance and wonder, I wonder what those clouds are shaped like. I wonder why that bird landed on that tree. I wonder where that stray dog came from. These wondering things, especially when you're outside, is so powerful at putting you into the healing state, which is the whole goal here at Spa Life TV, is to teach you and to experience that healing state of parasympathetic or spa life. Happiness is a moment in time. Curiosity, it's a way of being, and it's a mindset. Happiness lights up the reward center of your brain, but curiosity, it builds it. Curiosity keeps your heart open and healthy, and your brain young and resilient, and your body resilient, so that you're adaptable to stress, so that you can handle the stresses of life, so that life itself becomes the joy. Life itself, the simple things, the elaborate things, and the simple things become what life is all about, and that is joy. So you see, really, happiness is wonderful, but curiosity is so much greater. So now I'm going to answer some questions that people have asked in regards to this topic. So question number 1, what if I've lost my curiosity? How do I get it back? I can totally understand that, because sometimes we're just so emotionally fatigued. It's like, I don't have the energy to think about one more thing on my to-do list, right? I want you to think about curiosity being, instead of another thing on your to-do list, you just wonder. I wonder what it would be like if I wore this sweater instead of that sweater. I wonder if I tried this other meal. You see it in children all the time. They're always curious. They're always wondering. Be around children and watch them, and they will teach you how to be curious. Question number 2, how can I get more curious and present when I'm already overwhelmed with responsibilities? So that's funny, because that kind of goes along with question number 1. And I just want to encourage you that this is something that's introspective. It's not like you're just going to turn into a curious person overnight. It is something small, and it's something introspective. It's for you. And nobody has to know what you're curious about. You don't have to tell the person next to you. You don't have to make it a big routine or a big deal. Just pair it with stepping outside. Pair it with taking deep breaths. Let's say you feel stressed and you're like, oh, I need to take a deep breath. Pair it with taking a deep breath. I take a deep breath and I'm like, I wonder what that scent is. I wonder what I'm going to have for dinner. Or when you step outside, let's say you're leaving work and you're walking to your car, and you walk outside and you take a deep breath, pair it with something curious. Wonder if it's going to rain tomorrow. Wonder if it's going to be sunny tomorrow. I wonder what I'm going to do on Saturday. Pair it with taking a deep breath. So question number 3 is, what's the difference between curiosity and distraction? Isn't curiosity or the distraction the same thing? Not at all. So curiosity keeps you open. It creates possibility. It's intentional and exploratory. Whereas distraction, that's an attempt to avoid pain or avoid something discomfort in your life. Whereas distraction, that is designed to numb you from something or to help you avoid something that's uncomfortable. See the difference? One makes you grow because it's open with possibility, and one keeps you, your growth is stagnant, and that would be distraction. Question number 4, how does curiosity help with aging and brain fog? That's such an important question, because it's hard to explain brain fog, but when you've got it, you know it, or when you're forgetting things, that's an uncomfortable place to be. Well, curiosity becomes a muscle. It teaches the brain to stay vibrant. It improves brain elasticity so that the brain is more resilient. It's adaptable. It's not being affected by the effects of stress. As far as aging, it lowers inflammation so that that inflammatory response isn't making you age quicker. And then for your brain, it improves the brain pathways. So you have more neural pathways, which is so good to keep your brain nice, healthy, and young. And question number 5, what happens in my body when I'm curious instead of stressed? This is the most powerful question because this is the reason we're talking about curiosity over happiness, because curiosity has the power to drop you into the healing state, the parasympathetic healing state, as opposed to a stress state. So, what will it do? It'll lower your cortisol levels, it'll improve your energy, it'll improve your digestion, and allow you to think clearer. Lower inflammation is just will prevent disease. It has such a cascade of positive effects when you step into curiosity. That is why you want to make curiosity a part of your everyday life. You want it to become who you are. It's like, yeah, you're a curious person. You want to maintain that state of curiosity. That's the best thing you can do to stay in a healing state, which we call the spa life mindset.